Today I'm watching Yellowjackets Season 3 Episode 7. The previous episode had this crazy ending. Coach Scott didn't make it. Natalie killed him basically out of mercy because he wanted to die. He was on this hunger strike. I feel like it was pretty obvious he was probably never going to walk again, or at least not walk without some kind of assistance. And Shauna and Melissa obviously helped that in a horrible way. Misty and Walter and Shauna have kind of been playing, who's the best detective and trying to solve Lottie's case. We still don't really have any answers to that, but Ty is definitely looking more and more suspicious. I definitely think Ty's alternate personality, this version of her when she's asleep, is taking the wheel, and Ty is trapped in there somewhere. We had a few scenes in the previous episode that I definitely feel like that's what they were trying to say, so I feel like Van is slowly figuring it out, so I'm very curious to see where we're gonna go. We finally had them figure out that this tape even existed. They had very quick scenes of listening to it, but of course Callie, being her mother's daughter, was able to find the deleted file that Shauna thought she got rid of. So I'm hoping we can finally figure out what's on this tape, what's going on with that. And I'm not expecting the group that found Yellowjackets to be this saving grace. There's got to be more to it than that. The show is not that cut and dry. So I'm very worried, especially the way that they found them and that I saw Coach's head on a plate. And obviously they were eating him as well, and we know they get rescued at some point. I'm not expecting this to be like, oh, we found you, let's get on a plane and go. I'm sure there will be something else happening because, again, given the nature of the show, they don't usually let the characters just enjoy things or get away that easily, and obviously the things that they've done would have some repercussions. So I'm like, do they even want to be found by this guy? Are they gonna find out how to get home and then kill this person? No idea. Very worried to see where that's gonna go. We still don't know who left the phone in the bathroom for her. I feel like it was Melissa, but we haven't seen adult Melissa, so definitely lots of questions, but I'm glad they're slowly starting this how were they rescued timeline. That's something I've been wanting to see for 3 seasons, so very curious to see where it's all gonna go. Thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. We're going back in time. We just get this little taste of them being rescued, and now we're going 3 days back. Okay, they're on drugs again, aren't they? This frog. Oh my. This screaming sounds like the sounds the girls made too when they, were enjoying Coach Scott. Okay, we get to see it from their perspective. I definitely recognize that actor. Nature documentary? Is that what we're going for? Joe McHale, I think is his name, if I'm remembering correctly. The one lingering by the trees. Oh, these poor frogs.
The heart wants what it wants.
Okay, sir. Just brooding and smoking. Not creepy at all. Yeah. Just listening to the frogs screaming. Well, that's weird.
Had I known how much hiking was involved, I might have chosen a different specialty. But I'm really glad we're out here.
I know this actor too. I'm just blanking on his name.
Sasquatch.
You'd be surprised how many things out here can kill a man.
Have you seen Teenage Girls recently? Don't point that at people.
Yeah, but it was his heart.
This guy seems fun. Oh, he just shot a rabbit.
Oh, great. Thanks.
These two definitely don't seem outdoorsy, but this guy.
Dinner's on the house tonight, everyone. The wilderness provides.
Oh my god, has he been talking to Ty? The wilderness provides.
And a personal chef. How lucky are we?
I'm good.
Think she's got a crush on the guide.
Followed a buck into the woods with my bow and never came out.
Lost boy? Is that what happened? He's just been living in the woods this whole time?
In our midst.
Look, you got me. I don't know shit about frogs. I mean, other than they're delicious.
Yeah, what are those scars? Those are intense.
It's a mating event.
You two are real perverts, you know that? I was studying toad secretions like a normal person. She kept going.
Never has that sentence been said before, sir.
Why don't we call Mrs. Cleo?
They're like drunk dialing, but high dialing with the sat phone. I feel like that's gonna be an expensive call, sir.
Because one call from this thing is like half our budget.
It's not gonna go through. We're not high enough.
Oh, no, we are plenty high.
Guys, that's way too rough. Guys.
Someone's pressing the buttons. Oh, yep. I think you connected.
Shit.
Or you broke it. Oh, well.
It's our lifeline.
Relax. I'm your lifeline.
The day. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, now they have no way of calling for help, which obviously the Yellowjackets are gonna need.
We should raise our concern a little bit here. Maybe I'll show them the map. Maybe I'll show them.
Oh, yeah. We saw that earlier, too, with, like, the metal and stuff that's in the area.
All I'm saying is, this guy could rob and murder us, and nobody would ever know. We don't know anything about this guy. See how evasive he was.
You just thought of this now? You didn't think of that before you went into the woods with him?
With the murmuring.
You're smitten.
She's got a crush, for sure. She's not hiding it. Yeah.
Hey, Cody.
Oh, there's the symbols. Yeah, we haven't seen them in a while, but there they are.
It smells like,
Barbecue?
Yeah. That means there's people nearby.
That's Coach Scott they're barbecuing. He does not seem adventurous at all. Does he just want barbecue? Is that what he's doing? Or is he hoping other people are there and they can ditch Cody / Kodiak / Eric? It's like, those don't sound like frogs. Could you imagine just stumbling upon this? Oh, she's gonna record it. That's the tape! Okay, I'm putting it together. Okay, here we go. We knew there was sounds of them screaming, so I'm guessing that's what it was, and it cut out before we could hear anything else. Yep, there's Coach Scott on the table. He's like, something is up for sure. And they're also like, we've never seen people in a year and a half.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's the appropriate response.
Wait, this is, you all are, oh my god.
Oh! Oh, Lottie! Yep. I didn't think they would make it out. Yep. Okay, well now you're dead, for sure. Okay. Lottie has lost the plot. And of course, anybody that sees them.
It doesn't want them here.
Okay, Lottie. Yep, run now. I knew it was gonna end badly. I just had a gut feeling because it's not gonna be a quick and easy escape. Ooh! Melissa! Yeah, he's very dead. He got an axe to the head. Like.
They were probably here trying to help us.
Yes, exactly. And Lottie's just cuckoo crazy train town. Oh, pulling it out, you're dead. I mean, leaving it in, you're dead too. It's the wilderness. The wilderness doesn't want them here. Chops him in the head. My god. I figured they were gonna kill him because he saw Coach's head on the thing. That has to be the tape, yeah.
I wanted you to be proud of me. Not just a mom who had a teenage pregnancy.
Oh my gosh. She's like confessing her like last minutes.
Pregnancy.
does that mean, like, who gets a hold of the tape, obviously, as an adult? They did kill her. Oh my gosh.
Look, I appreciate that secrecy, that's your love language. But
Oh, most definitely, sir.
you should know by now that I got your back. Are you going to let me help you?
Shauna's like, I don't care about you, Jeff. I'm gonna do what I want. The rules don't apply to me. So you stay and do what I tell you.
She's really smart, and she has a lot of questions, but for her own safety, she needs to back the fuck off.
Yeah, and she has a copy of that tape. So...
Too, sweetie. Okay.
telling them to back the F off. Like, she's the worst. Is Callie gonna publish that tape on the internet? Oh, they were in Canada. Okay, interesting. It definitely looks like the Rockies, and I believe season 1 was filmed in BC, so that would make sense.
What? You did?
So it looks like there's two of us who would love to know why you left that information.
Yeah, exactly. Van's like, what are you talking about?
Wasn't anyone's business. I met up with her to have a private conversation. It certainly doesn't suggest that I killed her, if that's what you're implying.
But you didn't mention it at all.
Why would I?
Well, you lied. And you do have a history of doing crazy shit and not even knowing about it.
That's very true, very true.
You think she could have done it, don't you?
Sleepwalking Tai's taken over. Yep, she's looking real sus.
Besides, it's obvious whoever sent that tape to Shauna is the one who murdered Lottie.
Tape. What tape?
The recording of you killing this guy and probably Hannah as well. Oh my gosh. I knew there was no way they were just gonna casually follow these people, walk on a plane, and that would be that.
Camp. We should head to camp.
No,
right?
we go deeper.
We gotta get help. We gotta use the Savoy.
It's broken. It's broken, remember?
You're gonna have to survive on instincts, and you wanting to go back to camp makes me think you don't have any. Stick with me or you're on your own!
I'd follow him, buddy. I would follow him. Yeah. Oh my god, they separate. Well, no wonder she ends up dead. Oh my god, that guy was the only one who had any survival skills. As soon as you separate, it's game over. They're like, they've seen what we've done to Coach, and we can't let them get away. Also, Lottie killed one of them, so that's gonna be a problem. She's like, I just wanted to learn about frogs. No, I'm being chased through the woods by crazy teenagers. Oh my god. And that's so sad. She like recorded her own like goodbye, basically. Like, she obviously knew they were gonna catch her at some point. I don't think she could make it out of here on her own anyway, even if it was daylight and they weren't chasing her.
My sweet baby Alex.
Oh no.
I don't know if you'll get this, but
my heart.
A message on it. For her kid.
She had a kid.
Is her kid the one that's like seeking vengeance now? So
Hannah had a daughter who somehow got hold of a tape of what we did and is out to punish us.
yeah, I was like, how did it make it back?
I'm sensing cleanup.
I'm sorry, did I ask for your help?
Oh, not yet. But if past is prologue, you will.
She's got you on that one, buddy.
What are you planning to do to this woman?
I'm gonna sit her down and have a gentle, reasonable conversation with her.
That is horse shit. There's no way.
Mock me all you want, but I'm not gonna sit around and let myself end up like Lottie.
It would make sense that this kid would want revenge, but still, it seems like too convenient.
can take that away. No one. Okay.
That's so sad, and for her kid to hear that and hear everything else, obviously, like, clearly this is a copy of the tape, and oh, that'd be so heartbreaking to hear your mom on that.
There's no mention of any offspring in her obituary.
It's because it was a teen pregnancy.
Maybe she gave her up for adoption or something?
Never even had her mother's name.
Oh.
Why didn't we know about this kid in the first place?
Well, someone did. They managed to smuggle the tape out of there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, obviously they weren't bringing it back, but...
You accused me of murder 2 hours ago, and that didn't make sense.
Touché.
I can see why the kid would want revenge, for sure. But yeah, again, why wait so long, and how did she track them down all, like... It fits, but it doesn't at the same time. Like, I could see them being responsible for, like, the tape, but not everything else.
Who wants to go halvesies on some floss picks?
What's a floss pick?
Oops. Must be all those hotel charges.
She doesn't seem concerned about that also, because it's not really Ty.
You're right. I already told you I'm not willing to live that way.
You don't have to. I will live that way.
Ty's like, let me kill them. I'll just sacrifice people and you can live forever. Problem solved. She's off her rocker, man. She's lost the plot.
Do you promise you didn't do it?
She's never said no.
You okay? You look a little pale.
Yeah, I'm just feeling a little motion sick.
Yeah, nobody else knows she's sick, obviously.
Sure, yes, of course. I will also come.
This was your plan. You can't complain the whole time if it was your plan.
Lost hikers. Do you think they came to rescue us?
I'm sure they'll be definitely into rescuing you now that you've killed one of them.
KUH, that's the same thing as
Yeah, we know Van's been like...
the stuff that Ben brought back. I'm gonna try my mom!
Oh... It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But still, like, the hope. Oh, they gotta try. They gotta try.
Find these people. So we can go home.
And that means, like, if these people were able to get there, like, obviously they either took a car or a boat, or, like, obviously they were able to get to this place. So if they keep walking, will they eventually find a way out? I don't think they've been really exploring the woods further than what they've, know at this point.
Good reason. Like maybe she saw something, like she knew he was a bad guy.
No, Lottie's cuckoo. Shauna. The worst one to find them, of course. Oh my god. This poor girl. She just wanted to learn about frogs. That would be terrifying. Oh my god. If it was just Natalie, maybe it'd be different, but there's no way Shauna's gonna let her leave.
They'll come looking for them and find us. We can still get rescued without leaving any witnesses. You want to go?
I knew that was going to be their plan this whole time.
With a silent letter and I spy.
Circle K. I don't know. There's literally nothing out here.
Oh, was that the date that Lottie died?
You guys broke up.
We did, but he's been acting really desperate lately.
Does he have DNA results?
I'll be brief. I just received the DNA results for a strand of hair I took from Shauna. It matches what you found under Lottie's nail.
Oh, Shauna. Guilty.
Oh. My, well, I'm flattered.
And Misty's like, I have to cover this up. I can't let them know.
Keep that in mind for the future. Talk to you later. But no, don't call me.
She's so funny. I love Christina Ricci in this role. She's so funny.
You know that, right?
No, you're right.
Oh, Shauna, you blamed Misty this whole time.
Delete his phone number.
Texting immediately. Texting in the group. Oh, shoot. This is going to be very obvious when they all get the same message at the same time. Just texting each other. That's so funny while sitting next to each other. And like, how is Shauna not gonna notice that they're all suddenly just beeping and not talking?
Okay, what the fuck is going on? Are you
That's so funny. Yeah.
We should pull over.
Yes. Yeah, I get it. You guys want me to stop this car? I'm not going to.
Okay. Nope. Thanks for the medical review. Yep. Oh, Van. Oh, she lost her glasses. Oh, frick.
Stop, there's a cliff!
They saved his life just to kill him. Oh! Oh, God. This is what happened to Crystal.
Save your bullet.
Wait, don't!
He knows a way out of here. You need him. Come on.
Back with you.
Yes.
Travis, what are you doing?
Travis is like, get me the frick out of here now, away from these crazies.
Please, this is an emergency. She has metastatic cancer and she's been throwing up blood.
She dies?
Yep, now everybody knows. Everyone knows. Yeah. They'd figure it out, but...
Okay. I am not family, but we have a very intense trauma bond.
You killed Lottie.
How could you say that? How could you even think that?
These guys are like, should we call the police?
What is your problem? Van is back there, dying, and you're just sitting out here accusing me of murder.
You accused her. Oh my God, Shauna.
Only because it's recently come to my attention that you don't even know what friendship means.
Yeah, she's the worst.
And I don't believe you.
I'm glad Misty's standing up for herself. That's nice to see. And Shauna sucks.
I would offer to get you something if I weren't such a terrible friend.
Admitting it doesn't make it less true. Or she's gonna sneak in there. She's like, they're on to me. They have proof. I need to get out of here. And she's got the keys. Oh, she's leaving them. Yep. And just made a comment about how she's not a bad friend and then dips out after finding out Van has cancer. She's like, oh, Misty's on to me. Better flee the scene. Psycho.
I don't know. 50 milligrams.
I'm gonna fucking kill that guy.
And she means it. Yep, she'll do it.
I'm right here with you. You see?
I think Ty framed Shauna. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think sleepwalking Ty.
Did you hear that?
I don't want to lose Van. We just lost Lottie and now Van. Like, we knew she was sick, but it had kind of been on the back burner.
There was always an even trade.
That's such a cool visual. Oh, setting our bed on fire. Oh, grim. Yeah, and she's like, we didn't escape anything. We just prolonged it.
Oxygen, please. Don't worry. I won't let them take your life.
Oh my God. Taking their eyes. Eating dirt.
No, I don't want to talk to you. Please, I need her right now.
But I'm the one who can save you.
Oh my God.
I promise you are not gonna die.
131.
I don't want to lose Van. Lottie, you gotta stop killing people. It's getting real freaking weird. It was always weird. Bye, Melissa. You pull it out, she's bleeding to death.
What's the plan? I don't care anymore. Just get it out!
I think we need to push it through.
Oh, I mean, they're not wrong, but fudge. That's gonna hurt. Like a band-aid. Do it quick. Yep. Cheese and crackers.
Haven't you done enough?
No shit, Lottie. Kick rocks. Get out of here.
They were gonna ruin everything.
Go fuck your blood dirt, Lottie.
I thought I was getting spicy with the curse words, but she real mad, and I don't blame her. Yo, crispy. That's a crispy one. Yeah. Oh my God. Cheese and crackers. We've lost the plot. Should have stayed with the frogs, man. Should have just stayed with the frickin' frogs.
Bad stuff that happened to her couldn't be helped, but what if she's actually a bad person?
Callie's figuring it out, man. Shauna sucks.
Then 100 miles from where the Yellowjackets plane went down.
Coincidence? I think not.
They all knew exactly what it was.
Yeah, that tape is obviously very damning evidence for them, and Callie's
friends.
Guys, he's so itchy.
Dad.
Is he getting a stress rash? Like, what is going on? What, now Shauna's gonna go kill this kid? I guess she's a young adult now, but still, like... Oh, Shauna. I'm gonna guess that's not souvenirs in that bag. She was always terribly skilled with a knife, so that was my first time watching Yellowjackets, Season 3, Episode 7. This definitely felt like one of the better episodes of the season, in my opinion. Definitely had better pacing, and it was interesting to see the backstory behind the people who find them. Like I said, I didn't think it would be, oh, they find the girls, follow me out of the woods holding hands, you know, merrily along we go. I didn't think that was going to be the case at all. Obviously, given by anything that has happened in the show, it would be a very strange turn of events if that's how they ended up being rescued. There had to be violence, there had to be something, because that's the presence we've had throughout this entire series. So I was not surprised, sadly, to see Lottie take an axe and unalive that guy. Also, they just saw Coach's head on the table. Like, even if they wanted to just, you know, head out with these people, they have seen what they have done and could easily, you know, turn them in. And especially at this point, like, they have shelter, they have things that they need, you know, even Van saying, like, we have everything we need, you know. Killing and eating Coach was just something that they did. They had other food sources. I'm sure it was just convenient because he was there, but he had also been on like a hunger strike for how long at that point? And Misty's reaction of, he died of natural causes. It's like, but then why'd you chop his head off? You know, like, it doesn't make sense. Obviously they know they're caught. They weren't expecting people to find them there. So when they did that 3 days time jump, I thought, okay, the whole episode is going to be leading up to this. I thought maybe we would just spend the whole, you know, time and then have the last scene of the episode where they meet, where we had in the previous episode, but luckily that wasn't the case. I don't think I could have stuck it out. It was nice to have a little bit of context, obviously, to get to know these characters, because they obviously play a very important role with the girls' time in the wilderness and meeting this Kodiak character who has a jacket with somebody else's name, which is obviously suspicious, and he takes off. We don't see what happens to him, and it also doesn't really say a lot about his backstory other than like, oh, I just, you know, walked into the woods one day. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually out there somewhere still and is just claiming to be missing because he just never came out. He definitely seems like a survivalist. He definitely seems like he could, you know, make it on his own. So again, haven't seen what happens to him. We do find out the girls talk that Melissa died. She takes that arrow to the chest, so I'm not surprised about that. Also, she was the one I was thinking left the phone in the bathroom for Shauna in one of the earlier episodes, but now obviously that doesn't make sense. And obviously with the introduction of Alex's character, again, it seems too convenient that Alex would be the reason behind everything. I could definitely see her be the reason behind the tape, but even when we see Hannah, she buries that sound mixer by the tree, she covers it with rocks. Like, someone would have to go there specifically to dig that up, and that is where they encountered her. Like, Natalie and Shauna do find her in that area, so it would make sense that they would go back to that spot and search for things, I guess. Would they remember with that panicked moment when Lottie, you know, chopped that guy's head, that she was wearing a sound mixer? It wouldn't be the first thing that came to my mind. Obviously, they're having, you know, other priorities of trying to track them down, but somebody obviously knew where it was. Somebody finds it. So I thought maybe when they killed her, she would have it, and then they would probably destroy the tape, but clearly it makes it back to present day, and I don't know how that happens. Somehow it obviously makes it back to Alex, or at least that's the running theory currently, because if Lottie had it. Again, it came with the envelope with the symbol that I think Lottie is associated with, so that was kind of my first guess. But there's so many possibilities at this point. We saw the symbols on the tree again. Maybe that's been Cody this whole time. No idea. He definitely seems like a hardcore, outdoorsman and with his crossbow. So, he tells basically Hannah, stick with me or, go your own way and try and figure it out. And the fact that they're able to get to that spot means obviously the girls can find their way out, whether it was through a car or a boat or something. And like I said, I don't think that they have been actively looking for a way home. I don't think they've given up on being rescued, but I think they've kind of just, time has passed and they've gotten into their routines. And, when they first crashed, they would actively be like, okay, I'm going to walk in this direction to see if I can find anything. And I'm going to walk in this direction. And we find out that they've made it, almost 100 miles from where the plane crashed, which is crazy. We know they traveled quite a bit in the previous seasons before they found the cabin. And now that Callie knows what's on the tape and, she's Googling, she's trying to do research about these scientists who went missing, because obviously we know part of the tape has their frog research project on it, and then the other half of the tape has something crazy on it. So, and Callie's a smart person. She can figure something out. That obviously people screaming and a scary sound, like she's putting it together. And the fact that she, is starting to realize that her mom is not a good person, I think was a big moment. And, Jeff kind of admitting, but not really admitting out loud, that yes, he does think Shauna is capable of this. And we know Shauna doesn't give two craps about anybody but herself. She leaves her friend, again, air quotes friend, at the hospital shortly after she finds out that she's dying of cancer. She's not actually concerned about Van. She wants to go squash this thing with Alex, who might just be an innocent person at this point. We know Hannah had Alex when she was a teenager. Maybe they weren't super close. Maybe she just wanted to leave a message for her. Maybe they hadn't seen each other in a while. We don't really know. Obviously, she was still her mother and wanted to leave this message and thought that, I might never see this person again. But still, I think Shauna is just looking for someone to blame, just like she was trying to pin everything on Misty. And we do hear her apologize to Misty in this one for, the brakes situation. But does it mean anything at this point? Like, does it matter? Shauna's words are so hollow and empty, and, literally seeing her outside this person's house, pulling out her knife that looks like it still has a price tag on it, putting it on the seat next to her, just be like, okay, waiting. Having that toll booth ticket, going into New York, the DNA matching from Walter. I still think Shauna could be a setup because obviously Lottie was at her house. That does play into it, but under the nails, you'd have to get very close to someone to get their DNA under your fingernails, and yeah, it's not looking good for Shauna. But I still think Sleepwalker Ty had something to do with this. Maybe she framed Shauna. I don't know, but we know Ty is desperate to do anything the wilderness wants to make it happy, because Van is very much dying in this episode. The last doctor visit we saw with Van, they said the cancer had stopped growing and she starts puking in the van. Ty is fully convinced that if they keep the wilderness happy, that Van will stick around. I don't know if Van's gonna make it. We've lost Lottie, we've lost Natalie. We knew Van was dying at the end of the previous season, but there's been so much else going on that it kind of just get pushed to the back. And she also seemed okay, seemed weaker and, seemed to be going a bit slower. But this is the sickest we've seen her. And having that dream with her and teenage Van was very interesting. The show has some crazy visuals. So to see the teenage version of her lighting her hospital bed on fire and, the symbolism behind that, and the dirt-eating Ty showing up saying oh, I'm the one who can save you, you don't need her, you need me. And I can't imagine what Van would be thinking at that moment, but it's not looking good, and I'm very worried going into the next episode to see if she's gonna make it. Honestly, my prediction is Van won't make it past the end of the season. We still don't know if there's a season 4. No word about that, which I'm kind of glad, because I feel like it would not give some things away, but you think, okay, someone has to make it out to continue this story. I don't know what else they have to tell. If we're focusing on the rescue with the girls and stuff like that, I'd rather have 3 seasons that are really well done and then that be the end. But yeah, very curious to see where we're going to go in the next episode. I really like this one. I thought it was really well done. Joel McHale's character is insane, but I'm very curious to see where that's going to go. The girls are just straight up murdering people now. Hannah's liability is that she knows what they did, basically, and we know Shauna's not going to let any witnesses go, so very worried to see how that's going to go. Everything with Alex, you know, still Lottie's death they haven't figured out. Callie's seen the tape now. But thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Nature documentary? Is that what we're going for? Oh, these poor frogs. He's just been living in the woods this whole time? Oh, what are those scars? Those are intense. Yeah, he's very dead. He got an axe to the head. Like, I'm sure they'll be definitely into rescuing you now that you've killed one of them. She real mad, and I don't blame her. Yo! Crispy.